Well, hello there. I am Heather Newman, and this is the hashtag Get Unstuck podcast, episode number 159. Today, we're going to talk about navigating life's challenges while staying committed to your health and your best life.
You're listening to the Get Unstuck podcast with business mentor, health and fitness influencer, and trainer Heather Newman. Each week, Heather provides you with tips and tools to glitter your soul and add sparkle to your life. Let's get unstuck. You are not a tree, so let's learn to move, change, and find true happiness by creating a vision and living your dreams. For blog posts, business tips, fitness training, at-home workouts, and more, subscribe to glitteru.com. Now, let's get happy. Here's your host, Heather Newman.
Well, welcome back to the hashtag Get Unstuck podcast, a podcast for all of you ladies in the second half of life who are ready to take responsibility for your own well-being and create a life that you love living. I am here to help motivate women just like you to look good and feel great in this second half of life. I am your host, Heather Newman, and after spending the first 48 freaking years of my life being a complete people pleaser and living with a scarcity mindset, I was really stuck and I was ready for a change. I reinvented myself, I stopped outsourcing my happiness, and I've been brave enough to live a different kind of life. I'll be here each week to help you do the exact same thing. So grab your headset or your earbuds, lace up those cute little sneakers, tighten that ponytail, and let's freaking do this. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't subscribed yet, please get subscribed. It doesn't matter what platform you're listening on. You can find it on Spotify, on Audible, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Podbean, or you can even just go to my website at glitteru.com and click on the podcast and get all of them. Don't forget to subscribe, and also be sure to sign up so that you're the first to know when another podcast is released. So before I forget, I want to tell you about the 7 habits that changed my life back in 2017 before I hit the age of 50. I'm now 54, and if you have a copy of the Brain Dump or the I Am Notebook, you can find them all on Amazon, then you already have an idea of what these are that I consistently and continuously speak to. You probably already have seen the impacts that they have in your own life if you have one. So if you're new here, I created the I Am and the Brain Dump notebooks to help get you started the same exact way that I did. There are 7 fundamentals of Tone Babe Wellness. I've been putting these into practice now since 2017 and finally started sharing my Daily Unleash Habits planners, journals, and notebooks in 2020 with my community, and it helped completely change and transform my ability and theirs to stay in the game, to show up and continue to stay motivated. When I don't feel motivated, these 7 habits are my routine now, and I rely on them every single day. So the to-do list and Brain Dump notebooks are super simple. Also, my daily habits is 7. I call it DAHO 7. The biggest thing that I see when I speak with women, especially in my one-on-one calls or if they're in my Tone Babe community, is how confused they are with like so many different opinions and just overcomplicated routines and regimes that they feel like they need to follow. Like they're getting all these inputs, right? The reality is there is like nothing that you actually need to follow. It's just about figuring out what's going to work for you. The best example I can give, and I talk about this if you coach with me one-on-one, you've heard this story before, so hello, I'm going to talk about it again. You know, when we are trying to learn a new language, and you may or may not be bilingual, it doesn't matter. This is just for a sample, an example of what I'm trying to communicate to you. And I think it's going to resonate with you. And I think that this will stick with you. So when you keep hearing all these things in the health and fitness industry, and you're just like, I just want to lose weight. And these people are talking about like fat loss and macros and counting and keto and fasting and intermittent fasting and no cardio, yes cardio, and walking and no walking and treadmill and no treadmill and heavy weights and no, don't hurt yourself on the heavy weights. Like, it is so conflicting. What I need you to realize is that just like learning a language, okay? Let's say that you speak English, if that was your primary, language, and you wanted to learn how to speak Spanish. Well, what you would not do is pick up a book to learn French, German, Irish, and Italian and try to learn them all at the same time, right? Like, that's not going to happen. You're going to be so confused, and you're going to be like, I just want to learn Spanish. So what do you focus on? Just the Spanish language. So it's the same thing in the fitness world. There are a lot of systems. There are a lot of processes. There are a lot of paths. There's a lot of ways that you could probably reach whatever goal you have. But if you take all that in and you're just like a collector of all this information, you're going to get so overwhelmed, you're just going to completely shut down. So I used to do this too. I'm completely guilty of it. I'd be like, well, she's a professional and she said that I should do this. And he's a professional and he says that I should do this. And so I finally decided I was going to go back to school. I was going to get every certification, board licensing that I could possibly get that would educate myself so that I could bring to the table what I know would help women in the second half of life, because that's where I was headed. This all started rumbling inside of me when I hit the age of 48. And I had this hormone thing. I had this fluff around the midsection. My pants were still fitting me, but girl, that muffin top was a thing. And I was like, what the heck? Where did you come from? Like, I just didn't even recognize myself in the mirror. I'll be quite honest with you. And I was still working out and I was still eating what I considered, quote, healthy. Okay. So know that you do have options, but I am here. If you want to work with me, if you want to be a tone babe, if you want to incorporate and adopt what I know works, I know it'll work. If you can keep your blinders on, I've always been the kind of learner that if I see someone that I aspire to be like, and I know that they're having success in what they're doing, I am going to follow what they're doing and I'm going to learn how they're doing it and I'm going to try it, but I'm going to give it a good 6 months to a year before I start diving into something else and looking over here at something else that sounds a little bit better. Oh, this sounds a little bit quicker. Oh, let me go get a shot over here and I can just drop weight really quick. Like all those things, I call them shiny objects when you're like, squirrel, 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 look over here, look over here, look over here. So I'm just here to be completely like your best fitness professional friend and tell you that it doesn't have to be like over complicated, okay? So even as I talk about my daily habits of 7 here on the podcast, which I do it every single week, I truly believe that these are the fundamentals of wellness for most people. However, if these aren't going to work for you, then let's try to find out what those are instead. And I don't want you to feel like you got to fit into a box. You know what I'm saying? Like there's flexibility in the Tone Babe Wellness community. The Daily Habits of 7 method, though, it's definitely about consistency. And you're going to find that no matter what program you decide to follow or what path you decide to take or what lifestyle you choose to adopt. But by using these simple tools that I offer, and once they actually become a part of your everyday routine and lifestyle habits, that is where the benefit is. But you got to be in it for the long game, you guys. It's a long game. I'm not playing short game anymore. I played short game my whole life. I was a dancer. I would have to drop to a certain weight by Friday if I wanted to perform on the court, and I had to weigh in, and there were just all these, I remember eating crazy. This is crazy. I can't even believe I'm going to share this with you and tell you this, but I'm going to be honest. I was on dance team in college and we had to wear, yes, back in the 80s, almost 90s, I had to wear a unitard. Okay. A unitard. Do you remember a unitard? Like a one piece? Yeah. And then it had like the little thongy thing that went on top of it. Okay. 80s. Woo! Do you know every nook and cranny and curve and bloat and everything shows up in a unitard? So, yeah, This may have not been the healthiest route to go, but there was a time that I knew that I had to get on the scale and weigh in after practice on Thursday evening and get on that scale. And if I didn't hit that number, I wasn't performing at the basketball game. So you know what I did that whole week? Yes, I am not proud of this. I ate green beans and popcorn. That was my diet for the whole week. And guess what? I hit my number. Woo-woo! Got out there, performed, felt lightheaded. I'm like, oh my God, I have not had enough nutrients. My body is like, Heather, you need freaking food. I don't eat red meat. I never have, but I swear if I I would have grabbed like a quarter pounder from McDonald's or something. I was so hungry. It was ridiculous. So if you can relate to that, it may not be that extreme. That's embarrassing, but I just want to tell you, these are the kind of diets that people do, and then they don't understand like why they don't feel well or why they couldn't maintain it or sustain that. It's not sustainable, you guys. Same thing with cutting out carbs. If you're a keto person, awesome. I'm probably not your coach because I am not for keto. I do not stand behind, there's something out there called Optavia that is actually a multi-level marketing company, and they call themselves health coaches, yet they're not actually certified by like board certifications. They're certified through the company that offers the products. And without getting off on the Optavia tangent, I probably should do a full podcast on my deep dive into that. But anyway, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying I'm probably not your coach. Okay. So Optavia is a starvation diet, in my opinion, in my professional opinion. And I don't coach like that. I don't like it. Sometimes it can lead to actual eating disorders. And I've actually had to refer some clients to a registered dietitian because it was out of my scope and I knew that there was an issue. I knew that there was a problem arising. So anyway, I like to use my stacked habits, and it's not so much that each of them on their own will change your life, but more that the consistency of all of them combined and stacked all together will turn them into habits, putting your wellness on complete autopilot. And I hope that these help you. And just know that today I am sending you a lot of love. All right, you guys. So because I was talking about Optavia and maybe like keto and things that I don't stand behind, things that I don't find to be sustainable for anybody, is how I wanted to talk about real quick how I used to eat versus how I eat now. So you guys know that I founded Tone Babe Wellness, where I help women in the second half of life feel vibrant, energized, and just kind of figure out how to feel their very best and stay motivated along the way. They're simple tools. You just have to do them. Like I give you the roadmap, but you still got to drive the car. I studied health coaching, life coaching, fitness instructor, fitness training, nutrition coaching, personal training, personal fitness coach, and I have many other certifications under my belt, which has led me to where I am today, which is exactly where God needs me to be today. And with all the tools I have is to help women in the second half of life. I'm dealing with this myself. I share with you everything that I've learned, and you can take from it anything and everything that you find a useful tool to make this a sustainable, healthy, and just health and wellness lifestyle. So I've created meal guides so that you can explore to see which path is right for you inside of the Tone Online Studio. I was always restricting myself, as I spoke of earlier, until I realized while I was writing my first book, The 7-Day Sugar Detox, Sugar is the Devil by Heather Newman, that low calorie isn't always the answer. Yes, being in a calorie deficit is definitely going to contribute to weight loss, but there's a lot of other things that I've grown to learn and understand. And by going through this process of actually doing this myself, I didn't only change the way that I looked, but I also changed the way that I feel. And that is so important. So now I'm here to help guide you. The way that I eat today is more of like an 80-20 approach, and I focus on how I feel and what actually makes my body feel its very best. And I focus on how full I feel versus just that mindless, stressful, emotional type eating. So if you are looking to limit bloating and that fluffy feeling around the midsection in the second half of life, I changed my life through the way that I eat and the way that I move, and now I'm here to help you do the exact same thing. I completely changed my life through the way that I eat, and you can do the same thing. I'll help you figure out how to feel your best too. So I talk about and teach and coach how I went from low energy, drained and unaligned to vibrant and energized. And I just stopped winging it. I stopped looking for the lowest calorie option, and I focus on how full I feel with my 80-20 rule. I share that inside of Tone VIP in the monthly toolkits. And if you're wondering how you can get started or where you can get started, in the Tone Babe Wellness community, we actually start by walking. So, yep. You heard that right. Join us for a free walk at glitteru.com/click here and just get started by just going for a walk. I'm here to help guide you. You'll get the support and the tools to keep you moving and grooving. When you sign up to do the 25-day walking challenge, it's free. You can do it no matter where you are. We have a lady out in the UK and another one out in Spain, and they are freaking walking, and they check in, right? They check in and they're like, I'm on day 22 or whatever it is. Every single day, I send you a personal email. You'll have to check your spam email too, because sometimes it goes in the junk box, but it's not junk. It's so important. But as you go through the walking challenge, I give you little doses, like a little spoonful at a time, of how you can actually get started inside the Tone VIP online studio and make this a part of your everyday lifestyle. You will be another person in the next 60 to 90 days if you just stick with it. So, and I wanted to tell you today too, before I forget.
It's been a tough few years. Have you felt a little lost, fell off track, or maybe your life feels like it's been flipped upside down? Are you ready to get back on track with a simple jumpstart, the healthy way? The 7-Day Sugar Detox, Sugar is the Devil book is now available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It is a straightforward shortcut that tells you exactly what to eat and how to do this. The 7-Day Sugar Detox, Sugar is the Devil workbook and guide by Heather Newman will help you navigate a new healthy relationship with food. It will teach you which foods work for you and those that don't. This 7-Day Sugar Detox guide is meant to be a staple. It's not a one-time use only book. It's one that you'll want to keep coming back to over and over again for guidance. It's the permanent solution that you've been looking for. This guide is used as a resource to get you back on track when you fall off. And we all do. It's a journey, not a destination. So happy to hear how many of you are enjoying this book, getting massive weight loss results, and use it as a tool after those binging weekends when you've really whooped it up. It's the perfect, easy-to-follow guide, including a grocery list and meal planning recipe options for breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. If it's not on the list, it's not for us. Be sure to grab yours today and grab one for a friend. The 7-Day Sugar Detox, Sugar is the Devil by Heather Newman is available in a paperback and a hardback version. Visit the website www.sugardetox7.com or simply find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble websites. Sugar is the Devil.
Okay, before I forget, I have some exciting news that I just can't wait to share with you. The launch of my brand new ebook. It's called Don't Do It. This ebook is all about helping women like us avoid the 7 biggest weight loss mistakes that tend to trip us up after the age of 40. Trust me, these are the ones that we keep making over and over again. Here's the kicker. Right now, during our pre-launch phase, you can grab your copy for just $7, but don't wait too long because the price is going to go up soon. You can find it at glitteru.com/products, or if you prefer the Kindle version, head on over to Amazon. You can get it there. So if you're ready to break free from those common pitfalls and discover the solutions that you've been searching for, Don't Do It is your answer. So get your copy today and let's conquer our wellness journey together. All right, my friend, before we dive into this podcast, finally, you're like, Heather, you are like Chatty Cathy today. Episode 159 is about navigating life's challenges while staying committed to your health and your best life. This is a very important podcast for me. As you can tell, I'm on a non-podcast day, but I was so anxious to go ahead and get this out to you. I decided to come on a different day, but we'll still have another podcast on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I unleash a new hashtag Get Unstuck podcast for you so that you can take me in your ears with your tight ponytail and go for a little walk. Today, you guys probably found this in your email, so I wanted to share that with you in case you missed it. You know, back in 2020, I actually embarked on a journey to create a fitness program that caters to every fitness level, age, and schedule. That was a big piece of this. People are like, I just don't have time. So whether you're just starting out looking to break free from a rut, or if you're seeking like a safe and effective workout plan, because I know after the age of 40, you guys, we got to be really careful with things like the shoulders and the hips and the knees and all the things, all the joints, right? We have to be super careful. So if you're looking for safe and effective workout plan, the Tone Lifestyle Program is designed exactly for you. So what you can expect is a monthly fit kit. Each month, I personally design a fit kit in the Tone and 10 online studio, VIP members only. It's packed with diverse workouts to suit your schedule, whether it's at home or you want to take it to the gym, or if you're traveling, like no more excuses about I don't have time. You're going to achieve your goals. The workouts that I have created are carefully crafted to help you tone up, build strength, or combat even muscle loss, especially as we age. Like, it's all about feeling confident and strong. You're going to get full support. I am here to answer any questions you have along the way. It's like having a personal fitness coach in your pocket. This is something very different than a lot of coaches. A lot of coaches will get online and sell you a program. I get in there and give you my phone number. Like, if you need me, I am here for you. Our community, oh my gosh, I got push coaches, I got tone babes. Join our like-minded community of individuals. They're on their fitness journey too, and they support and motivate each other every single step of the way. It's beautiful, the friendships that have blossomed, and we all, occasionally have to share a little struggle that we might be having, and it's just like the best push. It's good to know that you're surrounded around positive people that are also interested in health and fitness and being like taking care of themselves and being the best version of themselves. The other good thing about these workouts is that there's minimal equipment involved. You won't need a lot of fancy gear. So our workouts are designed to be effective with little or no equipment at all, and you'll get fresh new workouts monthly. So say goodbye to workout boredom. With each new fit kit, you'll receive a fresh calendar and routine to keep things exciting and ready to see what you're capable of. So take the first step by visiting the website at toneand10.com. That's the actual online studio. If you go to pricing, you can see where you can become an annual member, which you save a ton of money that way. And you get, it's so like, the person who is behind me with my website is like, why are you giving this away? Why are you working so hard and like for pennies? I make enough to pay for the website. That's about it. I'll be honest, but I love what I do and I want to be able to offer what I offer at a reasonable price. Oh my God, I've seen some coaches charging thousands of dollars and I thought that's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, go to toneand10.com, go to the pricing tab, and then hit on the VIP monthly, or you can do the annual. I do recommend the annual because you're locked in, and it's kind of like you made that commitment. You're going to get a new challenge every single month. And if you show up every month, you could actually qualify to win our reward that we do new every single month. So remember, you'll never know your true potential if you don't even try. So just try. So cheers to you unlocking your best self. Now let's dive into the podcast. Heather, we talked about everything under the sun. I have so many things going on. I just kind of wanted to elaborate or go into depth and explain how they all stack together and they all work together. So just pick something, right? Just pick something and let's do it. All right, you guys. So thank you, first of all, for being one of my beautiful listeners. And welcome back to another episode of the hashtag Get Unstuck podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Heather Newman, and today we're diving deep into a topic that affects all of us at some point: navigating life's challenges while still carving out time for your health and for you to live your best life. So I need you to understand the first thing that we're going to talk about is the power of our thoughts. Our journey begins by understanding the incredible power of our thoughts. In the world of like life coaching or just coaching in general, I have a powerful tool known as the thought machine. It's a concept that I teach my clients and I often use myself. It reminds us that our circumstances are simply facts. They're like the sun. Like the sun is rising, right? We can't change that. But our thoughts about those circumstances are what create our emotions, which then drive our feelings and our actions, ultimately producing our results. So you guys, in this thought machine that I teach, this tool emphasizes a fundamental principle, and that principle is that I need you to really take note on this, okay? It's kind of deep. So if you're not a deep person, this may or may not be your podcast, but I need you to try and understand the way that we actually work. And just like we can control our muscles, think of it as controlling your thoughts or your brain as a muscle, and know that our circumstances are merely the facts. The sun is rising, right? That's an example. It's something that's unchangeable, okay? But it's our thoughts about these circumstances that hold the power. So our thoughts create our emotions, which in turn influence our feelings and actions, ultimately producing the results we experience in our lives. I know, like, what? Mind blown. So let's start by recognizing that life will present us with various challenges, right? Some of them we can control and others we cannot. But what we can always control is our response to those challenges. And it all begins with our thoughts. So there are basically, I kind of practice 7 ways for us to kind of get unstuck, okay? Let's dive into this like practical stuff real quick. I'm sharing 7 ways today to break free from life's funk, to raise your frequency, and to motivate yourself to think better thoughts, focusing on the good and to get moving. So what we can do to navigate these challenges successfully and to prioritize our health and well-being are to practice these 7 powerful strategies that I'm about to share with you that have helped so many people, including myself, regain control, shift their mindset, and actually take action. Okay? So the first one is to practice gratitude. Let's just kick things off with the practice of gratitude. The I Am notebook, you guys, if you have that, on the first page, as soon as you open it up, it will have an affirmation. The one that I just opened up to today, it's right here in my lap. It says, I am fit, firm, and full of energy. Then it has a spot for today's date, and then you color in either Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it has bam, 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 3 little bullet dots. It says, today I am grateful for. And then under that, it says today's affirmations, I am statements. There's room for 4. There's a little box for notes and reminders, and there's also 4 bullets for your goals. Then on the opposite side of that page, this is every single day, every single morning, part of my morning routine. It is I will. And there's a spot for things I want to accomplish, a spot for things I want to change, and a spot for the one thing I will get done today. So this little book, this little practice, this little notebook every single day. Takes me less than 5 minutes to do. I shared it today on my Instagram, actually me doing it. And it's just something that I do it so like mindlessly. I don't share it often enough because it is actually the thing that put my life in a totally different direction. So the practice of gratitude every single morning, it's like charging up your positivity battery right from the get-go, right from the start. So the first thing you want to focus on is gratitude practice, right? It's simple yet incredibly effective to start your day on a positive note. And just think like the moment you wake up, take a few minutes to reflect on the things that you're grateful for. It could be your health. It could be your loved ones. It could be the sunrise. It could be anything that warms your heart. This practice not only boosts your mood, but it also sets a positive tone for the day ahead. So next, we have morning movement. Even just 10 minutes of exercise can jumpstart your energy and your mindset. So it doesn't have to be like a real intense hour-long freaking workout. A simple stretch or a quick walk will actually do the quick trick. So moving in the morning is what I call it, or morning movement. Incorporating some form of physical activity into your morning routine, even if it's just for 10 minutes, can have a profound impact on your energy levels and your overall mindset. It doesn't have to be a full-blown workout, okay? A gentle stretch, a quick walk, or some kind of stretching or poses can incredibly be just energizing, and it will set your mind in motion and obviously your body in motion. So thirdly, we want to talk about positive affirmations. Feed your mind with positivity by affirming your capability and your worthiness. Like, remember, you are stronger and more capable than you realize. So when I'm talking about positive affirmations, these are powerful statements that you repeat to yourself to reinforce positive beliefs about your capabilities and your worthiness. By consistently affirming your strengths and potential, you'll gradually shift your mindset toward a more confident and positive outlook. Now, this is something that my affirmations are very, very, very personal to me. And if you're still here at 32 minutes in, thank you for being here. I'm going to share with you, if you're interested, my affirmations that I repeat every single morning. Now remember, this may sound kind of odd to you. Like, if you're not used to doing affirmations, I encourage you to do them. Please don't judge anyone for what their affirmations may or may not look like. If you want to jot these down and kind of tweak them so that they fit in line with what your affirmations should be for you, remember, an affirmation is an I am statement. It's something that if you practice your faith, you understand that the Bible talks about putting our words out into the universe. God can hear us, and our words are very, very powerful. So again, because you've been with me this long, we're at 32 minutes in, I'm actually going to share with you some of my affirmations, okay? All right, here's some of them. And if you've been with me long enough, you already have this list. I might have changed them just a little bit through the years, but they're pretty much the same ones I've been saying since 2017. Here we go. I am highly favored of God. I am valuable, qualified, forgiven, and loved. I am confident and courageous. I have extraordinary opportunities given to me. I attract God-inspired ideas that produce great wealth. I am enjoying a debt-free life. I have a prosperous mindset. I am blessed to be a blessing. I have the generous nature of God. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I have the grace to embrace every season of life. I am in the best shape of my life. I am highly favored of God. I am valuable, qualified, forgiven, and loved. I am confident and courageous. I am fit, firm, and full of confidence. I am full of energy. I am beautiful. I have the wisdom of God to make the best decisions. I live with passion and purpose. I know that all things are working together for my good. I am fulfilling my life assignment down to the last detail. I also include a prayer, and I'm going to go ahead and share that with you as well. Father, according to your word, I declare, whatever I ask for in prayer, I believe that I have received it, and it will be mine. Mark 11:24. So shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. Can't even read my own handwriting here. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. Isaiah 55:11. Okay, those are very, very, very private, very personal, and you guys know that I am a very private person. So for me to share that with you means that I love you dearly and I trust you. All right. Here we go. Moving on to number 4, we're going to talk about meditation. So moving into meditation, this practice involves being very present, which can alleviate some stress and actually improve clarity. So now that we're talking about the 4th strategy on this list, we're going to call it mindfulness meditation, I guess. But this practice actually focuses on being fully present in the moment, which can alleviate your stress, your anxiety, and improve mental clarity. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool for finding calm, and especially when you're in the middle of like a bunch of life storms. Now, some people have a lot of trouble with meditation. If you are a squirrel like me, if you are like all over the place all the time and you're very active, or you're always thinking about something, it's very, very challenging to get in a state of meditation. I do share inside of the Tone Online Studio several of my favorite meditations that I use, and I do tend to use the same ones over and over because they work and they're quick. They're like 5 minutes. But what I'll do sometimes is go into my studio, which is in my garage. I'll turn the lights down. I'll actually light a candle sometimes. My dogs are usually with me. I'll have a yoga mat, although I don't practice yoga because of certain positions and just some studying that I've done. I do not want to worship or make any kind of pose or position that is actually opening up what I consider to be portals. I know, call me crazy, it's just me. I don't judge anybody for doing yoga. Yoga has a lot of positive attributes to it. I just like to do more of a stretch, meditation, or just a day of recuperation for my muscles. So whatever that is for you, if you want to just lay there quietly in the dark and listen to the meditations, that's always good. But as challenging as it can be, know that this is a wonderful tool for finding your calm, and you should definitely try it. Just challenge yourself to do it for 2 minutes and then kind of move on. All right. So next, we're going to talk about hydration. Drinking enough water has profound effects on your body and your mind. This is our 5th strategy that revolves around something that we often take for granted, and that's hydration. Like, drinking an adequate amount of water daily is essential not only for your physical health, but also for maintaining mental clarity and focus. It's a small but very impactful habit. And then next, moving on, we're at 37 minutes here on the podcast. You guys, this is a long one. Number 6, number 6, we're talking about nourishing meals. Choose foods that fuel your body for optimal performance. I mean, fueling your body with wholesome, nutritious foods is the key to feeling your best physically and mentally. Your diet plays such a significant role in your overall well-being and your body composition. And if you want weight loss or fat loss or whatever your goals are, to build strength even, your nutrition is it's key. You cannot out-exercise bad nutrition. And then number 7, finally, and one of my favorites, quality sleep. Last but not least, we have to have quality sleep. Prioritize your rest, as it's essential for your mental and physical well-being. So this is our 7th and final strategy that we're going to talk about today, and that is quality sleep. Prioritizing adequate and restful sleep is very, very crucial for maintaining your mental and physical health. It's during sleep that your body actually repairs itself and rejuvenates itself, ensuring that you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day. So by applying these habits, implementing these daily habits, they might seem a little bit overwhelming at first, like it's so much, but I promise you that they will make navigating life's challenges while maintaining your health and best life so much easier. It's about consistent effort. And I'm here to support you on this journey. So now that we've explored these 7 strategies in great detail, I want to emphasize that by implementing them, initially it might seem so much and so challenging, but change can be daunting in anything, right? Like not just like these are habits now, like on top of everything else I got going on, but once you understand that, once you can have control and be mindful, be aware of what you're actually doing, where you're spending your time, being very, very focused and very using choices to say yes and no to things that fit in line with these parameters. It's about being consistent and small steps forward toward a healthier and happier you. So you're not alone on this journey. I'm here to provide guidance and support every single step of the way. So remember, my beautiful tone babes and all of you amazing listeners out there, life will throw us curveballs, but you have to have the power to shape your response. So use the thought machine that I shared with you and these daily habits as your tools to keep your goals in front of you, no matter what life throws out, because we know life is going to throw another curveball. That's what life is. Life is nothing but a bunch of curveballs, and we want to know that we can handle it. Like, throw it on. I got it. I know something else is coming around the corner. I can't even tell you in the beginning of my coaching career how many people would be like, oh, not right now. I'm too busy. Life has got too much going on. And I do respect that. I mean, life is overwhelming and there is a lot going on. But is there ever going to be a time where you're like, okay, life is smooth sailing. Nothing's going on, so now I'm going to invest in me. Like, that's not the way this goes. You're the teapot. The teapot has to be full. You got to invest in the teapot before you can pour it into the other teacups. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe. Please leave a review. It's so important, you guys. The only way we're going to reach other women out there like us is for you to share a review. And if you do share a review, tag me in it so I can definitely give you a shout out over on my Instagram stories at GlitterU. And share this episode with someone who needs a little boost. Like, let's continue to get unstuck together because you are so worth it. Until next time, take care and keep striving to be your very, very best. Love you so much. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Hey friend, thank you so much for listening to Heather's Get Unstuck podcast. Her goal is to help as many women as possible, and if this episode helped you in any way, you can directly impact Heather's efforts by simply sharing a screenshot of this to your social media or team. Also, if you're looking for additional support, feel free to find Heather on Instagram at GlitterU, her website at www.glitteru.com, and or join the free Get Unstuck community Facebook group.